Hi, how's it going? My name is Liz and you're watching For Booking Out Loud. So, it's been a while, and to be honest, this is going to be a really fast, maybe not fully edited video just because I'm really busy right now, but I also want to not be as behind as I currently am on, I guess, updating you. Actually, I had this whole pile planned out for February, and then I felt like that last week of January, I got so many books from the library that just came in. So I have this pile over here, and then I have, what, 9 books on hold now from the library that might be more of a priority because a lot of these books I've been waiting months for, and I just finally got them. But I'm going to split this list up into 2 parts. I have my ebooks from the library, and then I'll have my regular books. And I think this month the list is going to be more of a possibilities pile instead of like strict TBR, just because there's no way I'm getting through all these books in February. At least I don't think so. And honestly too, we're already like a week into February, so yeah, we're just gonna see. But let's first start with the ebooks. I'm not gonna say too much about them. I'll just show the picture over here-ish and the title and the author. So the first one that I have is One True Loves by Talyor Jenkins Reid. Actually about halfway through that book right now, but still, it's interesting. I'll give it that. It's interesting right now. The number 2 is going to be The Guest List by Lucy Foley. By Lucy Foley. Number 3 is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens, I think. And then number 4 is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. 5 is The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. 6 is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousens. 7 is Forever Interrupted by Talyor Jenkins Reid, which I think will be the last Talyor Jenkins Reid book I need to finish before her new one comes out in June or July. 8 is The Last Night in Montreal by Emily St. John Mandel. And then 9 is going to be The Lightning Thief by Rebecca Roanhorse. So like I said, a lot of these books are interesting to say the least. I think that's a very wide variety of genre of books, and they're just books that I've been waiting for forever at the library, and they're piling up basically, and eventually I'll have to return them. So they might be more of a priority this month than some of my physical TBR books. So we'll see. Really excited for most of those books on that list too. Some a lot more than others, but I put them on hold for a reason. Now to get into my beautiful physical TBR, they're not going, well, I could do them in order. Okay. I'll do them in a decent order. So I actually don't have the book with me. It's in a different room because I'm reading it, but I have 100 Years of Solitude by, oh, I forget who it was by. I'll put the author right here. Well, I'll put the book right here because I don't have it currently with me. And it's a buddy read that I'm doing with Amy from A-Star Reads. I'm a little bit behind because I think we're meeting sooner rather than later, and I need to get a 4th of that book done. So Amy, if you're watching this, I promise it will get done by the time we meet. Now, another book that's on my TBR, this is the Stephen King book I chose for this month. Stephen King and Peter Straub wrote Black House together. I'm pretty sure it's a mystery but maybe a little bit of true crime. So we'll see. I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it, but I don't necessarily enjoy true crime stories as much as I think others do. But I heard that this is a pretty good book to pick up, especially if you don't like Stephen King, which he's a hit or a miss for me. More of a hit than a miss recently. So we'll see. Really interesting softcover Stephen King. Now the next book on my physical TBR possibility pile, whatever, is going to be the second Farseer trilogy book called Royal Assassin, and it's just continuing to follow Fitz as he grows up and is the assassin and things happen. I've read it before. This is going to be a reread for me, but I'm really excited about it. Whew. And then I have Lisa C. writing The Island of Sea Women, and it's about these diving fisher women from Jeju Island in Korea, where they've been doing the same things and practicing the same fishing techniques for hundreds of years. And it just sounds kind of interesting, and that's why I had picked it up before. And then I have My Abandonment by Peter Rock, and this book is about a girl and her father who's living illegally in a Portland nature park that I've been to quite often. And so I'm kind of excited to see the take on this book, because I don't believe it's based on real life events. Oh no, okay, I was wrong. It's inspired by a true story. So we'll see. And then of course I have Cannibalism by Bill Schott. And I think I've talked about this book before. It's one of the books I really want to get to this year. And it's about cannibalism. The past, the present, the future, and animals and humans. And I have a weird mind, and I'm really excited about reading cannibalism. Don't judge me. And then, I guess I haven't done my January wrap up yet, but I did read the first book of this duology, I guess, by Gabriel K. It's called, well, the first book is called Under Heaven, and I guess it's the Under Heaven series, duology, what have you. But this one I haven't read yet, and it's The River of Stars. I love Under Heaven. I did a reread of it last month, like I've just said. It holds up to what I remember too. So I'm really anticipating River of Stars, and I might be holding it to a really high standard because Under Heaven was so good. So I'm very extremely hopeful for this book. And then I have The Ship of Theseus, right? Theseus? Yep, Theseus. And this is a book that was written by two people. You have J.J. Abrams and Doug Dortz. And the reason I haven't actually opened the cover up is because I heard there's a lot of loose things in this book. And I know it has a nice cover around it to keep them inside, but I was nervous. So I'm not going to open up fully. So I'm not going to open this up fully until I'm ready to read it. But I'm really excited. It's supposed to be a really interesting book and a really interesting reading experience. Very interactive. And then I have my two books from Book of the Month last January. I have The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abby Dare. I heard it's amazing. If I remember correctly, it's all about a girl seeking her education. So also really enjoy that part about it. I want to read it. And then my second book of the month was The Prophets by Robert Johns Jr. To be honest, I kind of forget what it's about. I believe it's about two slaves that have fallen in love together. Can I speak today? I believe it's about two slaves and kind of their life and what it means to belong to each other, but also not to belong to yourself. I heard good things about it. I'm excited to read it. I love historical fiction, and I'm anticipating a beautiful read. And then the very last book I have on my February possibility pile is the second to last Riley Sager book that I need to finish. And I decided to choose The Last Time I Lied rather than Final Girls, just because this concept intrigues me more than Final Girls. And right now, I really enjoyed his, I guess it's the most recent book since there's only 4 out and this was the 4th one out, Home Before Dark. Loved that book last year. I did not really enjoy Lock Every Door, and I think that was his 3rd book, but I'm hopeful that I'll like this one, and I've heard a lot of good things about it, so we will see. And that's all I'm gonna put on my plate right now. I have a lot of books that I want to read this month and a couple of priorities, so we'll see if I get through all of them. I've kind of been in this, like, I don't know if I'd call it a reading slump recently, but definitely like a reading slowdown. I'm not reading as much as I usually do, and that's partly due to things at work, things in the world, and just being preoccupied by a couple of different things as well, and that's also why I've been kind of slacking on filming videos. We're not going to mention that. But I'm hoping to get through a lot of these books. Definitely not going to push myself to get through all of them. And we'll just have to see how I did at the end of the month. Sorry this video wasn't really informative about these books. I just kind of wanted to show them and see what the possibilities are. And also I just really don't know which books I'm gonna get to, so I don't want to waste your time or my time. Next month, I promise I will be better. But I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.